Hi, good morning. Or if you're not watching this in the morning, good time of day to you. Um, so now that we've seen what the healthcare replacement bill looks like, we see the plan for charter and public school funding. We see the plan for making John Huntsman, a man that he once despised, the ambassador to Russia. I Sessions recused himself from presiding over any cases that are linked to Russia. To me, just seems like awesome. Um, Perfect. I can perjure myself and still keep my job. I just get rid of a few responsibilities and keep my job. It seems to me perjury is probably the best plan. I used to have some jobs that had like some wild job descriptions. When I worked at the charter school, I did like 18,000 things for $18,000 a year ish. Might as well have been compared to what I know people were making and their workloads. Um, so I know about a hectic job description. And if I could have just perjured myself to get rid of a few of my tasks, I would have done that. So we've seen the State of the Union. Whether you agree or you disagree, you've seen the State of the Union. You've seen my Facebook posts, whether you agree or disagree. You've hidden me from your timeline, whether you agree or disagree. Because maybe I just talk too much. Maybe you agree, but you're like, Adrian, get off the book. And so you're like, keep her quiet. That's fine too. But ultimately, my frustration and my passion comes from defending human rights. And I don't know everything, and I don't know all of the world's problems, and I'm not a global expert on humans in crisis. But what I do know is that no matter who I meet, I believe they have the same rights I do. And I think that's different than what's happening right now in the political atmosphere. And my new thing, by new thing, I mean because I've just left the Democratic Party. My new thing is all of you are the same. Maybe you guys learned that a long time ago, but I was still on the Democratic train. Now I'm off of all of the trains, and I'm not even at the train station. I'm walking. I'm just walking by myself. So I bring that up to say I don't want anyone to believe, oh, because she's so left leaning, that's why she thinks that. I want you to know right now that I hate all of them. So, equal opportunity. Um, anyway, in defense of human rights, I meet someone on the street, and no matter what country they're from or how they've presented themselves, I just already have this natural bent in my head that was maybe instilled, a natural bent in my head. Imagine all the jokes you guys could come up with that. I already have this natural leaning like within myself that they have as much right to be here as me. Like I don't walk around the world angry that other people take up space. And I don't know what it's like to live like that. And I think some of you do. And maybe not you, but maybe some of you know. For example, the state of Arkansas ironically went to Trump in the election instead of Hillary. We know that's her home state. That's, Billy boys from there, all that. Whatever. But anyway, it went to Trump. They got, I think, 6 electoral votes. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm wrong a lot. That's fine. Just put it in the comments or curse me out or flip off the computer screen or whatever, wherever you're watching this. So Trump wins Arkansas. Woohoo, woohoo, cool, right? We got our religious freedoms, which I don't know how Trump, a man who speaks the way he does, has ever gotten the okay from Franklin Graham. I will never understand. I will never, ever, ever understand Franklin Graham. I wholeheartedly respect Billy Graham. I have been to Billy Graham crusades. I know of the great work that he's done in the church. I'm the granddaughter of a deacon, and I get it. I totally get it. But something happened between Billy and Franklin lost his fucking marbles because Franklin is not doing what Jesus would do. Franklin is doing what Sean Spicer would do, and that's unacceptable. Or, never mind, I almost said a different Sean. Oh, that would have been funny. Anyway, so the only reason I bring up this human rights thing is because I think when we talk about human rights, we start to put it in the context of, oh, the bleeding heart liberal who just wants all the murderers to move to our country. Well, ironically, murderers are here whether they've moved here or not. Some murderers were born here. Some of these, the Charleston, South Carolina, the church shooting, thought that was a white kid. Columbine, white kids. Oklahoma City bombing, remember? Remember our first domestic terrorist attack? Oklahoma City bombing. It wasn't 9/11, but whatever version of history that the media and politicians are using right now is working on the American public, and that's what freaks me out. It's not that the media and the politicians are in cahoots. It's like a rap battle, like a rap beef, I mean. You know how like Remy really tried to get Nikki, and Remy was like, "Oh, let me put out Sheether, let me get her." Right? She puts it out. Nikki, quiet, just took her boob out, went to a fashion show. Didn't even say nothing to Remy. I feel like we need to give the politicians and the media that kind of beef.